folks, hope you're enjoying your spring spectacular. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
We are going to be sharing our top 10 stupid but good games. An absolutely stupid game, stupid theme, Cheese Thief is my number 10. And this is actually a really fun game. The whole point of the game is that there is a piece of cheese that is going to, that you have between all of the players. One of you is going to be the person who is going to take the cheese for themselves. And then everybody else is there trying to find out who took the cheese. And you wake up at different points in the night by rolling a die. And when you wake up, you're able to look around the table to see who else has woken up. If the cheese thief wakes up, they have to take the cheese. And if anybody wakes up... Yeah, I don't know about that. The cheese thief at the end of the night can choose 2 accomplices. And so the whole point is to try to figure out who stole the cheese, and the cheese thief is trying to get out of it. It's really a fun game, but if you play it with teenagers, they take the accusations of lying and everything a little bit too seriously, and it just turns into a shouting match at that point, and that does not make it fun. So that's my number 10, Cheese Thief.
All right, my number 10, deep down, is a good game, so it made this list, but the theme is ridiculous. It's called Charcuterie the Board Game.
Oh!
In Charcuterie the Board Game, you're taking a bunch of different shapes, which are different types of food that would be on a charcuterie board, and then you're trying to fit them on your little charcuterie board.
Yep.
The best part about this game is that when it's your turn, you have to make stacks of ingredients or stacks of food pieces, and then everybody else gets to pick first, and you get the last stack, basically. Yep. So you're trying to make stacks that at least you'll get something you need. Yep. And then you're just arranging your food on this board, which is quite ridiculous, but the I Pick You Choose is quite fun. So. Yep. Anyway, that's my number 10, Charcuterie the Board Game.
This was on my short list, but I don't think it's stupid enough to be put on the top 10.
What kind of a...
There you go. I struggled with just making this my top 10 party games because I think party games, generally speaking, are stupid. Yep. But this one is definitely one of the more fun party games for me, and it's called Telestrations. It's definitely a stupid thing. You're basically just trying to draw what the other person passed on to you, and then the next person after you has to write a word that or a phrase that they get from your drawing. So if you have a bunch of people that do not have a whole lot of drawing skills, it's basically Grapevine, but it's drawing. That's basically what it is. And it's very fun, but it is supremely a stupid game. But it is fun. So there you have it. That's my number 10, Telestrations.
Your number 9.
Number 9, Telestrations.
Number 9, Telestrations. Very nice. Very nice. My number 9 hit this list just because of how much most people love to hate it and still want to play it. And this is Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
At House on the Hill.
This game, like, mechanically isn't good. Like, you know, but it's fun to play, and it's kind of ridiculous. And you get to the point where somebody becomes the bad guy, whatever the bad guy may be, and you have to read your book, and they have to read their book, and try to decipher what they're saying in each of these things. And you have to play out some kind of ridiculous scenario to finish out whatever happened in this house on the hill. One person becomes evil, or a swamp ooze, or a vampire, or whatever else it may be. And then everybody else has to flee the house, or kill it, or burn it down, or whatever else it may be. Overall, it's a fun theme and everything else, and the way that it fits together, it's fun to play.
Sure. Possibly one of the most recognizable yet stupid themes ever.
Okay.
It's called Junk Drawer.
That's not stupid.
It's absolutely stupid. I mean, everybody has it.
Yep.
Everybody has that junk drawer in your kitchen.
Yep.
But to make a board game about, that's stupid, in my opinion. That's dumb. But again, it works. It's really fun because it becomes basically a spatial organization game where everybody is trying to fit the same stuff into their drawer, and each little quadrants of their drawer have different circumstances that are applied to them. This is actually a supremely stupid game. It's very
a blast.
Dumb. It's very dumb, but it is very fun. That's why it made the list.
Yeah, that's a
Junk
good
drawer.
game. All right. Well, my number 8 is all about making your people miserable until they die, and it is called Gloom, or my version is Gloom in Space. In Gloom, literally, you get 4 people, and you try to make them as miserable as possible because it's those negative points you want. You want all the bad things to happen to them.
Yep.
You want everything negative to happen to them. On your turn, you get to play 2 cards. You can either play a negative thing on yours. You might play a positive thing, like Sam's guy just found some roses, and now he's happy, which makes him unhappy. Or you can just kill off one of your guys or kill off somebody else's guy. The trick about the ultimate untimely death card is you can't play it as your second card. So I can't put a bad effect on one of my guys and then kill them off. But we can hope that somebody puts a nice effect on Sam's guy so I can quickly kill him or whatever else. But just wait until somebody has all 4 of their people dead, and then you're going to count up your negative points, and whoever is the most miserable wins.
Yay! I mean, no!
Yes, that's my number 8, Gloom. And if you play this and you're really into it and everything else, it's quite fun.
That seems pretty stupid.
A little bit stupid.
Definitely a stupid idea because it is all about visiting a volcanic island that is controlled by an evil spirit. This is called Fireball Island, the Curse of Volcar. Now, it's also very much a take that game, which in my opinion is stupid anyway. It just makes for a weird, uneasy, awkward situation at the table because everybody's trying to hurt everybody else. But this particular instance, because the theme is so campy and so tongue-in-cheek, it actually works because you're coming at it with a very loose attitude. Nobody's really trying to win per se. They're just trying to get back off the island, and somebody inevitably ends up winning because they got lucky. It's a very stupid game, but it is also very fun. And dodging, flicking fireballs and dropping things down Volcar so that it hopefully knocks people over. It's very cool. It's very aesthetically pleasing as well. But it's very stupid, but fun.
My number 7 is a game that they couldn't figure out a name for because it's so ridiculously stupid. And this game is called The Game. In the game, you start with 4 cards on the table, 2 1s and 2 100s, and all you're trying to do is get rid of your cards in a numerical order until all the cards in the deck are gone. But you can never go the opposite direction. So if the game is if the stack is ascending, you always have to go in ascending order, and if it's descending, you always have to go in a descending order. But that's the whole game. It's getting rid of your cards in order.
See, the thing is, if you talk about the game, you've already lost the game.
That's right. It's the game.
The game never gets played.
Because
I just lost it because I talked about it.
My number 7 is The Game.
You are helping Santa build Christmas presents at the North Pole. And everybody has their little team of elves that they get to send around the board. It's called Santa's Workshop. Specifically talking about the 2nd edition, though, by Elf Creek Games. It is actually a very nice looking game, but it's pretty dumb. I mean, it's just because it is. But it's a very fun worker placement game where you get to do a lot of different things. You get to put together a lot of different combos, put together a lot of different presents along the way, score points by taking care of the reindeer. But it's a very cool game, and it's a very fun game. Jess loves it because she's totally in on the whole Christmas vibe that's it's got going on. But it's really fun, but the theme is really stupid. So that's my number 6, Santa's Workshop 2nd edition.
All right, my number 6 has a way cooler thing than his. It's called Kittens in a Blender.
Okay, you said kittens, and I was like, well, then blender. Oh, yeah.
Kittens in a Blender. In Kittens in a Blender, you have a hand of cards. You have 6 cards in your hand. You're going to play 2 out. You can put kittens in the blender. You can put kittens in the box, or you can put kittens in the table, and you have cards that will manipulate those kittens in and out. But sooner or later, somebody's going to play a blend card, and any kitten in the blender gets blended, and then the ones in the box you dump in the blender. You're just collecting kittens and dumping them in blenders.
I don't think that's dumb at all.
And some of them get saved. The ones that are in the table get saved. So you're trying to have more of your kittens saved than anybody else's.
Stupid. So dumb.
Oh, you're trying to blend everybody else's
Exactly.
up. So, cheers. Eggnog. That's right.
You are having a barbecue in your backyard. And
I get already.
You are trying to invite animals to come join your barbecue party.
For dinner?
I have no idea. This is called Sausage Sizzle.
Okay.
Has a stupid name too,
Yeah.
but it's really, really fun. I didn't play it with one person over the course of Dice Tower West who did not enjoy it.
That's hilarious.
And it is a really fun game, but my goodness, what a stupid theme and what a stupid idea of having different animals. Now, basically, it's a dice game. So you're rolling your dice, and you get to re-roll as many times as you do, as long as you have dice to roll. You have to lock one die every single time you roll. You must. You're going to score points for each animal in the game. There's 6 animals. The game lasts 6 rounds. You only score each animal once per game. And you're trying to you're trying to score the most points on each animal each round. Really fun game, but boy is it stupid.
All right.
Very fun though. Go check it out. Sausage Sizzle.
Can't believe somebody named a game that. Okie dokie. All right, my number 5 might get some hate towards me. Who knows? Ooh. My number 5 is a game that a lot of people love, but it comes on a stop sign, and you're just trying to get your tokens from one end to the other by rolling extremely lucky, and it's called Can't Stop.
Can't stop.
Don't stop. Won't stop.
And you don't stop.
Yeah, what a ridiculous board. What a ridiculous concept. I'm just going to roll. And
it's just a push your luck game.
It's just super push your luck game.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to push your tokens from the bottom of the board to the top of the board. And you can keep rolling and you can keep pushing them up as long as you're rolling the same thing over and over again. At some point you can stop, and then that will move your minimum token up on that track. But it's just push your luck, push those up as far as you can.
But you can't, and you don't, and
that's
you won't
right,
stop,
and you won't stop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who came up with this, but they were very bored, and they had nothing in front of them but about 4 dice.
Pretty sure the Beastie Boys.
No? Okay. Well, then I like it. I'm pushing it up to number 1. Number 5, Can't Stop.
You're selling donuts back in circa 1930 or 1940, where you could buy a dozen donuts for like 50 cents. Donut Shop is a really fun game that has kind of a dumb theme to it.
Yeah,
a ridiculous theme. Basically, you're able to place out a tile of donuts, and as long as you can get that tile of donuts to match some other donuts, you're going to score some points. But one of the other reasons why you're placing these donut tiles out onto the rack is so that you can box up different orders over the course of the game, and then score more points. You're actually scoring money, and money is points for you at the end of the game. But it's a really, really, really fun game.
All right, so I try not to put too many party games on here.
Yep.
But it's inevitable that someone's going to hit. And actually, this one is one of the most interesting ones, but also one of the dumbest ones that I've ever played at the same time. And this is called Wavelength. In Wavelength, there's a dial, but the person doesn't know what it is. The dial sets to a specific spot from not at all to extremely or something like that, but it's somewhere in the middle. And then they're given a keyword like whatever. Do you like black beans? And then they have to give you, or whatever, they're given a category and they pick a word, and you have to figure out where they would rate that thing on that scale.
Yeah.
So it's quite ridiculous because you have to like read people's minds, and you know, if it's right in the middle, like, it's pretty hard. But it's quite a fun game, and it's quite a fun overall deal. But it's kind of like reverse Ito, where you're trying to everybody's reading one person's mind.
Yeah.
But anyways, Wavelength I put on here is a stupid game because it makes you feel stupid by the time you're done with it.
Really, we didn't know what to expect. We played it, and about halfway through the first game, which was only about 10 minutes, we were like, holy cow, this is fun. This is called Grindhouse. Grindhouse is probably one of the most moronic ideas ever. You have been invited to try to spend the night in a haunted house with a bunch of other contestants, and the person who survives gets like $20 million.
Sweet.
I'm like,
That's kind of the same as my number 9.
I don't think I'm going to get in there because you're in there with a bunch of other people who want that $20 million and they're going to do whatever they can. It sounds incredibly grotesque because you're actually losing limbs.
Woohoo!
And it's you can have a damaged limb, and then the next time that limb takes a damage, it goes off. So it's pretty nasty, but the artwork is not that bad, but it's all up here. You go through these different rooms, and somebody has to volunteer in every room to be the volunteer. And sometimes you don't want to be the volunteer. And sometimes maybe that would be better than not being the volunteer. It just depends. It's a really fun game, but boy, is it a stupid concept, but I really did have fun.
My number 3, I think, is our first crossover. Yeah, it's definitely our first crossover, where you pass around a paper and you have everybody guess. You draw something, the next person gets to guess it, then the next person has to draw it, then the next person gets to guess it. By the time it comes back to you, your Eiffel Tower does not look like an Eiffel Tower anymore. It looks like a banana boat. But who knows? Anyways, Telestrations is a fantastic game. Sure. It's a ridiculous game. It's a hilarious game. We have seen industrial complexes turn into fish in the sea and whatever else. Like it's a lot of fun. So anyways.
Yeah, the tell at the end of the round.
Yes. When you
everybody's
read them
tell
and show
at the
them,
end of the round is
so
really
good.
where it really you really start having a roaring time at that point. I might get some hate about calling this stupid because it's the theme, and if you like Mad Max, then you probably aren't going to think it's stupid. You're going to think it's cool. Thunder Road Vendetta.
Yeah, whatever.
That's a stupid game. All you're doing is you're rolling.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
But it's really fun.
The theme's great.
It's super fun, and I do like the theme, but it's just a stupid game.
Yeah.
Because you're just moving in basically a linear path, trying to get to the end of the road. But
like every race game.
Like every race, unless you're turn left, turn left, turn left, turn left. The idea is stupid. The idea is kind of dumb. But it's one of those games where it's like, it doesn't matter how dumb it is. It's super fun. And it's one of those things where sometimes you actually want something bad to happen to you because it would be so freaking cinematic.
Yep.
I might lose, but if I don't lose, I'm going to win, and it's going to look freaking awesome because of what I just pulled off. That's stupid to me, but it's super fun. That's my number 2, Thunder Road Vendetta.
All right, well, my number 2, I'm going to go back old school, and you guys are going to laugh at me for the life of my existence, for the rest of my existence. It's called Mall Madness. This is a fantastically stupid game. It's so much fun to play. You're rushing into the mall, you're trying to get to the clearances and the sales, and you get to go to the ATM machine every once in a while and swipe your card, and it says,
"Oh my
sorry, the machine's out of service."
Oh, snap.
And you don't get any money. So you're trying to literally buy like 6 items or whatever it is and get out of the mall first. That is the whole thing of the game. But there's a talking little box in the middle that says there's a clearance in the toy store. There's a sale in the department store. And everybody's rushing to buy whatever they can.
Of all the games that I would have thought would have been on your list, this was nowhere near.
I know. This is the king of this list.
When I first heard about this game, I was like, there's no way that there's a game about that. This one's called Peunia Nano.
I knew this was okay.
This, which means, is Latin for money doesn't stink.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing in this game is you are basically, you own, in ancient Rome, you own an outhouse, and you're trying to have people come into your outhouse and do their business as fast as possible, so that you get, I think it's 30 coins first. It depends on the number of players that are in the game, what the win condition is, but you'll get a guy that has 4 logs on him, which means that he's going to drop a log every round, and he's not going to leave your stall until he's done dropping all 4 of his logs.
Great.
There are cards that you can play on other people, like you just got a batch of bad fish, so you're going to spend an extra 2 rounds in the bathroom stall. But it's simply about getting people to poop in your outhouse.
You should not be eating fish while in the outhouse. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's probably
But in this game, you're
very wise
simply an
words.
entrepreneur trying to provide a service.
Every time we play this game, poop jokes fly like they're being thrown by monkeys.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And it's a very fun experience. I really enjoy this game a lot. If you don't know about it and you've never played it, that needs to be one of the things on your bucket list. Period. Hard stop. End of discussion.
All right. Well, my number one is called Abandon All Artichokes. It comes in an artichoke tin.
Yes,
Tin
it
looks
does.
like an artichoke. You have a deck of artichoke cards, and your whole goal is to draw 5 cards off of your deck, and none of them be artichokes. And you're doing this by picking up all these different vegetables, carrots and potatoes and broccoli and whatever else, and they all have special abilities. You're using them to discard artichokes, trade cards with other players, just do all these kind of things. It's actually a really, really, really good card game. But the theme, abandon all artichokes. You gotta get rid of them.
I got rid of this game. I abandoned all my artichokes. I got rid of it.
You had this game?
Yes, I owned this game.
Had this game.
I owned
I love
this
this
game.
game. I
It's
think I play it at least a couple times a year.
it's okay, but I wouldn't have it in my number 1 position. But my number 1 was number 2, so
Well, yeah.
thank you for joining us right here on the Dice Tower. Come on over to the flip side if you get a chance and check us out. This is where we normally put up our own content, but for now, enjoy the rest of your spring spectacular.
And have a great day.
Take it easy.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower. Hey, do you want to know what's going on with Dice Tower? Do you want to know about our events, our cruises, special things that we're going to do live here in the Dice Tower? Subscribe to Dice Tower Digest. Go to dicetowerdigest.com. It's a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. We won't use your email for anything else. This is just to get you some information about the Dice Tower so you'll be up to date. Thanks for watching.